I was about 23 years old in a college town, and all I've been known to do prior to accepting my job as auxiliary officer is smoking weed in blunts and making music that I would shop around town to all the local hustlers and college kids. Now, I'm not here to report anybody or say anybody's name, so I didn't really actually, in any of my short stories, reveal anybody's identity, because that's known as artistic integrity. So, just to be known to that before you stop finding interest in my short story and be like, oh my gosh, another Neil Long Chris Rock movie. Although this was only a summer job that I was terminated from for being tardy on several occasions, I can't quite actually remember. I have to call University Place of Penn State to find out human resources, but I'm pretty sure I actually quit. But I was on the verge of getting fired because I was tardy. It was an interesting time in my life, as you'll see as I continue on. After only working there for a short few 3 or 4 months, it was a job that had a tremendous effect on my life, one that will be a lasting memory for the rest of my life. I was living with a shorty girlfriend who we called or referred to as Lieutenant, from Brooklyn. She was attending school in Pennsylvania, not far from where I grew up. So I linked up with her because I never really had the college experience of dating someone. Plus, I was itching to get out of where my living arrangement after things didn't work out when I attempted to live in New York City. I ended up back at the drawing board. It was hard to see how I was not terminated sooner, because it was almost as if I were leading a double life. I was smoking weed at my apartment in the afternoons when I came home from working, recording songs in my studio, and in the day I was on campus learning how to patrol a university and making sure students weren't doing the same thing that I was doing at my apartment after work. Now, first, let me clarify what an auxiliary officer is. Yes, to my knowledge, an auxiliary officer can be trained to do undercover work, but they also have the option to promote to campus officer, then police officer, if they advance through several levels and graduate the entry-level ranks. But I did not work there long enough to be more than an auxiliary officer and begin to learn the basic duties, which was observation, learning how to use a walkie-talkie, traffic duty. You do learn traffic duty as an auxiliary officer, and eventually whatever you want to take it from there. I never wore a wire or testified in court against any defendant based on information that I collected as an auxiliary officer, which is generally a detective's apprentice. And by no means was I whatever the urban community would refer to as a snitch or an informant. In fact, I was not even the likes of a rookie. I was an amateur, and I acted like it in every manner. I treated the job like it was a joke, and I did not respect the authority I was given, nor the authority that I later had to answer to. In fact, to this day, I rarely remember what the entire experience was like, other than walking the beat, which was the campus. I was on the verge of breaking up with Lieutenant, my girlfriend, for a chick back home who I thought I impregnated, but it turned out to be another man's baby. Nevertheless, I would pull myself together every morning to drag myself out of bed at 8 a.m. just to hurry on campus to clock in and begin to walk the beat with my partner. Being one of the few black officers, I felt out of place, though the job did bring a sense of pride. For once, I had something good about my life to talk about at the dinner table, but rewind my life 10 years earlier and ask me, did I see myself becoming a cop? I would have said, hell no. And then that's where I'm going to pause right now, and we're going to get into why I'm reading you my short story as we discuss what the main purpose for me to gather you all together in this virtual discussion group. And then we're going to pick up shortly after this. Shalom.